Welcome back to another episode of How to Sew That Thing, and here's how to sew a neckline facing. So what is a facing? A facing is just a piece of fabric that mirrors the neckline and is sewn to the inside of a garment to finish off the raw edge. For this top, there is a front and a back facing, so we're going to sew them together at the shoulder seams first. Then I press my seams open and finish the lower edge with my serger. Then we're going to pin it right sides together to the neckline and sew it in place. I am using a 1/4 inch seam allowance for my top. Next, we'll clip into the seam allowance to let the curve relax. Then we'll flip it to the inside, and this is what it should be looking like. The next step is definitely the most important one, and it is understitching. Somehow I don't have any video of this, but you're going to press the seam allowance towards the facing, and then you're going to sew right next to your seam line on the facing side, and you're going to catch the seam allowance underneath. This is what the stitching should look like, and this step is what's going to keep your facing laying nice and neat on the inside and keep it from peeking out and looking messy and unprofessional. The last step is to press it really well, and then optionally you can top stitch it in place. If you followed all these steps, you should have a beautiful neckline, and if you like this pattern, you can find it on my website or in my Etsy shop. Happy sewing!